What's up, folks? Doing a few odd and ends today. Gonna do a rehousing of one of my tarantulas. I may do a couple actually, but this one is actually a Trinidad Chevron female, Psalmopoeus cambridgei. She is in an enclosure that I'm not super thrilled with the acrylic. It's actually warped. So sometimes it happens. I usually have pretty good luck with these enclosures, but this one, for whatever reason, I've had the same enclosure with other humid species and I haven't had any issues. So maybe it was just a default with this particular unit. But anyway, moving it over to a glass enclosure. Yeah, that's what I'm going to start off with. So we'll see you guys in a second. Okay guys, apologies, it's just me here with the doing the camera work, but what I want to do, she's actually right here and I was planning on using this anyway, so you can see our girl right here on the side. She has just had a massive meal, believe it or not. So I put a hornworm in here and the hornworm built a cocoon. She never ate it, and I found her last night eating the cocoon. So, or maybe it was the night before last. So she was actually with a full-on cocooned up hornworm chowing down. Sucks for the hornworm, but it was a really interesting observation that I thought you guys in the tarantula hobby might find kind of fascinating. It just goes to show how opportunistic these guys are, and they're not all that picky. At least my experience, it's been like, you know, I've had probably 8 different species of Psalmopoeus, and they've all been tremendously, I mean, obviously when it comes to rehousings, this one's kind of an exception, knock on wood. They can be a little more of a handful than my old worlds, but when it comes to husbandry, very tolerant of husbandry errors from the keeper, and they are really great feeders. They're tolerant of humidity going up or down. I've just found them to be really hardy, a genus as a whole. But these guys are just beautiful. I'm excited to have this female. She's got a big booty. So I'd like to find that actual cocoon in here and see what's left of it. But anyway, thought you guys would find that kind of interesting. I'm going to put her right into her new enclosure. I'd like to put this kind of at the corner, and I'm going to do a video. I'm going to show you guys kind of some B-roll here in a few minutes of how these guys look. But I'm going to put some moss in here. They're strictly arboreal, so they're not going to be digging or anything like that, although they will do that as slings. I haven't found them when they're adults. I haven't found that to be the case. So, all right, I'm gonna wrap this up and show you guys the finished product. Okay guys, this is the finished product. I apologize for the props that I'm using in this video. You know, we use only the best here at Godbold Exotics, so forgive the Lowe's bucket. Okay, so anyway, let's turn this around. There's our beautiful girl hanging out. Got some good shots of her. Look at that orange on the legs. Just so cool. And these guys are not all that bad, although I have seen her attack a water dish once or twice. Got some live pothos in there. Sorry about that sticker, but it's on the back and nobody's gonna see it. But got a few branches in there. That's the cork bark that was in her old cage. This soil is actually, you gonna stay still? Okay, this is Reptisoil from Zoomed. I love this stuff, love it. Bought bags of it at the show. And I know you can, you know, there's other stuff we can use. I get that, but you know, I like this stuff. I don't have a ton of tarantulas and only a few geckos, so for me it's fine. I don't mind paying for it. So anyway, got some sphagnum moss in there. This pothos plant will perk up a little bit. Yeah, so that's a Trinidad Chevron, Psalmopoeus cambridgei, confirmed female. My goal is to, when she gets a little bit bigger, because she's only about 4 inches, to pair her up, because these guys get pretty good size. Harley, stop putting crap in your mouth. You know that's not good for you. I love you. You're such a good puppy. All right, you guys didn't watch this video for me to puppy talk my dogs. All right, so that's the cambridgei. Let's move to the next item of business. Again, guys, doing this just myself. This is a Pseudoclomorus elleni. I do not know what the common name is, guys, so if you do know, please leave a comment. But I am moving it into this spider shop acrylic enclosure. Really impressed with these. Got some of the Reptisoil that I just put in the cambridgei enclosure with some sphagnum moss, just some twigs that I got out of the yard. I know some of you may freak out by that, but there's really nothing wrong with them. And I've got some fake foliage that I've just kind of cut off and use in sling enclosures. So this is the actual animal. You can see it right here on the actual top. So this will give it a little more room. These are 3x3x6s. Call them spider hoss. So anyway, I'm gonna get this one in. We're gonna use my trusty paintbrush and see if we can get this done fairly easily with no hiccups. Oh, really pretty. If you guys can see, you probably can't, but look at the colors on the abdomen. I'm trying to look into the camera and make sure I can see it, but you can see the colors right there. Like the pattern on the abdomen, really pretty, really cool. I've raised these guys before. They're really fun spiders. They're not, they're kind of small, or at least the ones I had were not very big. I had one and I got rid of it, but they're pretty. And like the Psalmopoeus, very easy to care for. So anyway, at this age, I'm not scared of it getting on me. If it does, I'll just deal with it. But trying to, nope, come here. I know you're not throwing up a throat pose. I know. You know what I might do? I might just grab the sphagnum moss that it's on and plop it into the, okay, well, you didn't want to get on the sphagnum moss, so you're making things a little bit more complicated. Harley, back off. There we go. Oh, okay. Well, that actually works. Nope. Okay, no problems at all. That was actually really easy. Got them back in. I've got a massive patio out here. I'll even show you guys the patio. You know, there's nothing really around here. I mean, it's easy for me to grab an animal if it gets out. I'm not worried about getting under furniture or climbing into a vent or anything like that. It's got so much room on the patio to move that if something goes sideways, I've got catch cups and I can get stuff easy. I've done this for a long time out here with rehousings, and I've never had one get away from me. And I've done probably 20 or 30 rehousings out here. So anyway, this is the enclosure. Let me grab it. So, you know, not a whole lot to see, but went pretty smoothly with no problems. And if you guys like these enclosures, I'll put a link in the description. They are awesome. And they're not all that expensive. I get it if you have 200, 300 spiders, it may be cost prohibitive, but you know, I've got 20, so for me, I like to look at them. And the spider shop has been really good to me, so I'm going to use their enclosures whenever I can. This is the Dolichothele diamanthensis. I think it's the Brazilian blue diamond is the common name. This one just molted, so all these came from the spider shop, but let's see, where are you at, little one? This one has grown pretty quick and been a phenomenal eater. I mean, this thing has never, oh, there we go. Look at that, already got the blue and green coming on. Beautiful little sling. Okay, go on. This way. Awesome, awesome. Let me get a little shot of that real quick because it's hanging out on the court. How about that? Look at the color on that little one. Really, really good. Not often do you get to see the color and stuff like that, but I'm outside in the shade and these little guys just pop. So I'm really kind of taking advantage of the opportunity. All right, okay, all right. I'm going to close this up now, but this is the enclosure here. My thoughts are it'll probably go behind this cork and make its little home, but got some fake stuff, some anchor points. These guys are they do have a lot of arboreal tendencies, so I'm going to make sure that I give them that option, so it can climb there, it can go around. I don't know what it's going to do at this stage, but I probably will give them a higher enclosure whenever I move them out of this. But fun little spiders, and they're out a lot, so I'm just super excited. They've been one of the funnest species I've raised to date. All right, this is the Brazilian black right here. I'm going to be moving over. There's a piece of cork bark right here that I actually want to use. I'm gonna give it a starter burrow. If I can. These guys do like to dig a little bit, so especially at this size. What I'm going to do is put a little bit of stuff in here for cover. Hopefully that will calm it down a little bit. They're pretty laid back. I haven't had any issues with them at all, really. Put some sphagnum moss in here. I don't like the way that looks. I don't like the orientation. I might do. If I can just get this to go right in there. Having a little bit of trouble with the starter burrow. Kind of wanted to collapse on me, which I'm trying to avoid. They're going to go through and change some stuff up on these anyway. Now let's see, where is the little one? me, let's see. I'm gonna brush this off into here and see if I can find it. Oh, there's a molt. No. Where are you at? Oh, I see you. The one place I wasn't digging. There we go. Check that out. Went right in. Perfect. Let's stop this and get a shot. You could see the little booty right there went straight into the cork, but that's the little one right there. So these are Brazilian blacks. They're pretty docile. They're a new world species. They got good size to them, and I apologize for the shaking of the camera. They are just jet black velvet spiders. So they're from Brazil, so anything that comes Brazil, because of anything being imported or exported is illegal in that country, they're kind of hard to get, but we have a pretty good population of them here in the US. But because we can't get any new blood from Brazil, outside of something that's permitted by the zoo, there's just, they're gonna command a little higher price for slings. So anyway, look at that booty, great eater. This one I'm a little more nervous with. This is a red slate ornamental, the Poecilotheria rufilata. They're our pokey, and they're no joke if you get tagged by one. This one is actually growing really, really well. So I'm gonna get this one moved over to something with a little more height to it. And again, it's a spider shop enclosure, one of their little acrylics. So I like these a lot more. But if this one I cut short or keeps going, I might just, if it gets out, I'm gonna make sure I'm on top of it first and foremost, with the video coming second. All right, right behind the cork bark, catch cup is ready. Let's see how this goes. Oh, I see you. Gosh, pretty. So far, so good. Putting this in there. Okay. Got a molt right here. Okay, I'm gonna get some pictures. So that's the little one right there. Very, very pretty. And that's about the size of a quarter, maybe a little bit larger. Just really, really awesome eaters. Already starting to come. You can see that pattern on the carapace and the abdomen. See why they call them a red slate? Awesome, awesome spider. So that went pretty good, actually. Went straight over into this, and there you go. Okay, so just showing you guys Scorpios settling in. This is a temporary enclosure. I'm actually going to put them in a 18 by 24, but this is bioactive. Doing pretty good. Settling in all right. Absolutely beautiful. Hey, buddy. Awesome, awesome gecko. Super thrilled to have him. And of course, I can't do a video without showing you Shakira, my Barranquilla Colombian boa, out here basking in all her glory. my hand, she's a pretty big girl. She's got a rat inside of her digesting. But anyway, she's doing awesome. I have to actually lift these to get these closed, but this is Snoop, my male, who is always hungry. This dude will eat he'd probably eat every day of the week if I offered him food. Lighting's not the greatest, but he's just as pretty as Shakira. So he's doing awesome. This girl, Satan's helper, should drop at any point. She is dark as can be and just full. But I did not catch her ovulation or her post-ovulation shed. I didn't think she was gravid. And she's clearly gravid. I tried to feed her one time and she threw it up, so I haven't been feeding her. And she's, you know, that's the only time she's even accepted food. Most times she's off food, and she's super dark, and you can see, like, I mean, she's got just massive, I mean, look at the lump right there, right here. I mean, just, I don't want to disturb her too much, but she is just full of something. Let's just pray it's not slugs. I mean, you can see the lump right there. I mean, she's just a big, massive girl. Pixel, now she is already proven out and dropped that super small litter with like 3 or 4 slugs in it. And she had 2 babies. She's recovering nicely, back on feed, doing really well. I'll probably give her next year off. I guess I'll show you her babies right here. This one is doing great. Take it outside here in the natural light so you guys can see. Just very red. Very red baby. Feeding on its own, doing really well. The initial thought was to let this one go and sell it, but the one I actually want to keep, which is the more visual calico, is ow, you bit the shit out of me. Is as you can tell, it's all full of attitude and spunk. This one I had originally wanted to keep and still will, but it's just not eating on its own. I'm having to assist feed it, and it's taken on when I assist feed, but it's just not feeding on its own. So I don't want to sell the other one, because if this one doesn't thrive, I want to keep the other one. Now, if I can get this one turned around, then yeah, sure, I'll probably let the other one go. It's all going to kind of depend on how the season goes with the other babies, with the other girls that are due to drop. If I just don't have good luck and they don't do very well, because everybody that I bred, even though I have 5 females, when all said and done, that are gravid or have already dropped, they're all virgins, and so are all the males that I use. So I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna do. But as you can see, the white that's already in on this one, I mean, this is just a really nice baby. And I'm assist feeding it, doing all I can, but you know, if it doesn't do well and doesn't thrive for me, then I'm gonna end up keeping this one here. What else? So this girl, this is Pepper, another temporary housing. I've got her in a tub, but she was from a calico and is het leucistic, and she will be bred. I'm going to do a sib to sib breeding. Don't bite me, I'm trying to be gentle with you. To Crazy Train. Crazy Train is a sibling male, and he's got all kinds of peppering. So the goal is to pair both of these guys, and maybe I'll get a leucistic out of it. But we'll see. They smell like they pooped, so I'm gonna cut this off and check. And these are my Ackies. I am praying they have babies. On the right, that's the female. She's full. The male is right there, Morpheus, and this is Sandy. I never miss them, but I went ahead and misted their cage down today. She's been doing some test digging, and she's out basking, which she never does. And she's just super, super, super plump. Come here, sweetheart. I mean, just full. I mean, look at that belly. And she's not eating a ton. So I'm really hoping that in the next week or two I get some babies. And there's the stud. By stud, I mean he's the father, and now these guys have proven out in the past, but by stud I mean he's also like one of the nicest I've seen. Look at that ocelot pattern. I can't talk today, but he is just gorgeous. Very pretty. All right guys, that's gonna do it. I know that the wind is blowing, but I really appreciate you guys watching the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment if you'd like, and as always guys, try not to sweat the small stuff. It's just not worth it. Life's too short. And take care of your animals, and peace. I'll see you next week. All right, take care.